Do you have a pile of papers like this in your house? That is your genealogy research? This is what it looks like when you've done a lot of research and just haven't dealt with it well. Today, I'm going to go through sorting this paper, getting it organized so that I can move forward with writing my family history. If you want to follow along and see how I do, this is the video for you. So this is the stack of papers for me to sort through. This is just for one family line. But my first pass through this, I want to sort it into things I want to keep that are documents that support the family history story I'm trying to tell. And then things that I collected because I thought it would help me with my research. So let me do this first pass through and see what I find. Okay, here is what I've kept so far and what I'm doing. And what I discovered as I was going through this pile is there are things that I definitely want to include in the family history. So things like maps. I printed out a bunch of different kinds of maps. Obviously, I want the digital version to put in my family history. The printed things, because they're maps and then they're brought down to this size. They just don't work. I have things that I printed out from the old RootsWeb website, which is now defunct, and I'm so glad I printed these because I can't access this information anymore. And one of these has the nickname for the town that my ancestor was born into, Wrangletown. He said he was born in Wrangletown, and there's no place called Wrangletown. It ended up being the nickname of a place called Lancasterville in White Marsh Township. And if it wasn't for this person posting this and where they found that information, I never would have found it. I have research requests that I made to the FBI because one of John Wilmer's descendants was a FBI agent, according to family history. I was curious if the FBI, I know this sounds silly, I was curious if the FBI had done a thorough background check on him and maybe found out who, John Wilmer's parents were, his, save me the problem of doing the genealogical research. And then I have some newspaper clippings and census records in here, which I already have on my computer, I'm pretty sure, but I wanted to double check. So that's where I'm at. Oh, and then I have, wanted to say the pile of papers that are kind of like research dead ends. So things that I started to research and realized like this doesn't apply to my family. So I'm putting those all in a pile because I don't know whether to pitch them or not. Do I just throw it out? Not sure. I have articles that I printed out that I want to save. I have things that I can just throw out. So these are pull slips from the Historical Society of Pennsylvania. When you go in there to request items, you fill out one of these. It's actually in like quadruplicate or something. So this is my copy. I don't need these. I have some census records that I printed out, which I really don't need to keep, and index pages, which I don't need to keep. So I am going to get back to the sorting, and I'm about halfway through. So I'll give you another update in a minute. Okay, next update. So I found the people that married into my Wilmer family, the Hellmans and the Boggs. I have their papers here. You can see I printed out the overview from Ancestry. I did that years ago, but I'll just keep it for now, make sure I have all their records straightened out. Now, this is a binder I made years ago where I thought I'd put all the papers in, which is why a lot of these have holes in them. I thought that was the way to do things. And now I'm just going to go through the binder and pull out anything that it goes into one of my piles so I can research it. And this, before I start that, is a list of a collection of deeds that I got for Montgomery County. These are all the pieces of land that John Wilmer owned or sold off. I'm hoping that in that line of figuring out these properties and looking at who's adjoining might provide some more explanation, through that fan club thing, the friends, neighbors, associates, of maybe explaining where John Wilmer came from, who his parents were, because according to his biography, he stayed in the same place that he grew up in. So the people there knew him, right? They took him in, they raised him, and so, but they weren't relatives. So anyway, back to the organizing. So this is how you get distracted when you're doing genealogy. You start talking, and then the next thing you know, you're not doing your organizing. So here we go. Oh, and if you're saying to yourself, why did Denise print all these deeds out? Like, why didn't she just get them off of Family Search? Because they're not on Family Search. So, fun fact, not every deed that you think would be on Family Search is on Family Search. So I went directly to the Montgomery County Recorders of Deeds office and paid the $2 a document just to get the deed copied down, downloaded that I needed. And here's the other thing. The Recorder of Deeds copy is cleaner and easier to read than the ones, there are a few of these that are on Family Search. So I wanted a clean, good copy, and so I got the one from the Recorder of Deeds. Obviously, the older ones are on there, but I didn't need older ones. I needed ones up to 1950 and beyond. So that's why I went to the Recorder of Deeds. Back to the organizing. So if you have a pile of papers like this at home, you might be wondering how long it takes to sort through it. It took me about 20 minutes to get through everything, and that was with distractions, which I don't consider to be too bad. In my head, I thought it was going to take hours. And my next thing to do is to take this pile, which is all confirmed family history that I already have, and match it up with what I have on my computer, make sure I have the documents in the folders for the people that they're related to. If I don't, scan them in or download them and get them in there. And in that pile, actually, is all these little Post-it notes and index cards. For some reason, I thought it was a brilliant idea to put stuff on index cards at one point. I will say it's not a brilliant idea to do that because it's very easy to lose these things. And I wish I had not done that. So I do want to do that, but I want to, again, focus on family history writing first, but at least I'll have that all together. And then I have things I can throw out because they don't apply or I know I have a copy of. So that goes in the recycling. Throw that on the floor. And I think I mentioned this was the I almost missed this. This is more probate records. So this definitely goes in this pile to be scanned. Okay. Almost missed that. I'll be able to put that in there. So that was my sorting, and I think it went pretty well. But in my next video, you'll see me going through this and matching it up on my computer.